Welcome, everyone. My name is Donnie Lauterbach. I am the president and founder of F2 On-Site based in Dallas, Texas. We're an IT services firm. Over the past 18 months, I've been fascinated with artificial intelligence and ChatGPT specifically. And I have created this short, simple course called Prompt Engineering 101 for ChatGPT to help us understand exactly how to create an effective and an optimized prompt. So if you're new to AI, I'm really glad you're here. Will be terrific for you. If you don't even know what a prompt is, awesome. By the time we finish, hopefully you will, and you'll understand how a prompt is used. So with that said, let's go ahead and get started. The course should last, like I said, 30 to 45 minutes or so, hopefully not much more than that. And we'll try to cover as much as we can on building an effective and an optimized prompt within AI. So the world is changing, right? The top 50 universities in 2020, their top degree program was computer science. Now, it's forecasted that the top degree program in 2026 and beyond will be English. Why is that? Artificial intelligence uses the coding language of English. That's why it's called an LLM, a large language model. So instead of writing computer code, we now use the English or other languages to build what we want within AI. So you're able to speak to it just as if AI was a person sitting next to you, explaining what you need, what kind of output you need, etc. So we'll go into that. But this is an exciting time for people who are non-coders and non-technical to use the most powerful software in the world each and every day sitting at your home computer. So it's an amazing time to be alive and to experience some of these things. So today's goals and AI best practices that we're going to talk about, pretty simple. First of all, we're going to learn the basics of prompt creation to help you start your AI journey. We are also going to make sure that you understand that you're not going to be an expert after today, but you're going to be ahead of 99% of everyone that you know. You'll be shocked how little people understand AI and ChatGPT specifically. And today we're going to help you get ahead of the curve. So here's some best practices. Best practices are things that will really help you stay in front and stay as a leader in this entire process of learning ChatGPT. The first thing is treat it as if it was a person sitting next to you. In other words, it's your buddy, it's your friend, it's your partner who is there to help you. Okay, use complete sentences. You do not have to use short, choppy sentences. In coding, they use long strings of specific code to create colors and create fonts and create actions and outputs. But with ChatGPT and any AI, you'll use complete sentences with simple, easy to understand language. Sometimes you'll get the wrong output. And the good thing about this is it's a trained model. You're able to correct things as you go. You're able to use the word no, you're wrong, I need for you to try again. Or no, this isn't what I want, do it this way, and speak to it in everyday language. Sometimes AI can hallucinate. They'll just make things up. It's pretty easy to spot. It's something that I know that OpenAI and the other AI gurus around the world are working on. But you always want to watch for hallucination, and we'll talk about that later on or in another course. And remember, ChatGPT and AI is a training and learning model. It's not just a knowledge model. I wrote a blog post about how is this like sitting next to the smartest person that's ever lived. That is true. However, it is taught and trained as it grows. And the training is continuous of any large language model or LLM. It's continuous and it continues to grow and get smarter and smarter and better and better. So thinking of AI as a thought partner, I've always felt is a really good term. It'll transform the way we work. So think of it as you're sitting at your desk, you're working, you literally have a thought partner sitting next to you. Okay. And this thought partner is someone who can not only help you with things, help you understand things, help you complete things, help you accomplish tasks, but it's something that you can control and teach as you go and as you learn. So if we take a word cloud and you ask people, or you ask anyone involved in AI to describe AI, these are some of the words that they come up with. And a big one on this word cloud is partner, and assistant, and conversational, and brainstorming, and thought, and creative. So there's a lot of different words that describe ChatGPT and AI, but I believe thought partner truly is the best example. When I'm explaining this to my grandmother, using words, look, it's a thought partner. It's a person who sits beside you and helps you think, helps you accomplish your tasks, help you learn. Thought partner is a great way to frame what AI truly is. You know, in traditional business school, they teach a framework called input, throughput, and output. You put things into a process, it rolls through the process, and you have an output, okay? But in AI and ChatGPT or any large language model, the prompt is your input, then AI creates, and then your output is your results. So the key element of any good result or output, okay, is dealing with prompts. So let's talk about prompts. First of all, a prompt. In ChatGPT, a prompt is a set of instructions to get what you need. All right. So what I've done is I've created something called a role, ROLE, and we'll talk about what each one of those letters means. But first, the R in role is actually role, which is tell AI who you want it to be. The first thing you do is establish the role you want AI to play. Next, you're going to describe what you want in the end. What are the results? Okay, what is your goal? What do you need? That's the output in role, RO. L is for limitations. Explain how you want the output to be presented. The most important thing is what you do and don't want in limitations. I want it this way. I don't want it this way. I don't want it too long. I don't want it too short. Whatever your do's and don'ts are, that's the limitations that you'll establish within your prompt. And finally, extras are the E in ROLE. You'll add extra information and descriptions within the prompt, and we'll explain that. And that is one of the things that most people don't do. And that is what will set you apart from others, is being able to use the extras. Okay, so let's continue on. Create a role you want ChatGPT to play as your thought partner. So the role is your very first process in developing your prompt. Once you've established your role, you can now think of ChatGPT or AI as your thought partner playing that role. So first of all, we're going to talk about the persona prompt. Establishing a role you want AI or ChatGPT to play to get what you need. So R for role. Act as if you are a blank. I need you to be a blank. You have X years experience as a blank. That is establishing the role of ChatGPT. Create the role you want it to play again as your thought partner. We'll do some examples. Act as if you're a chef, and then give me a recipe for a pie. Now, most people, when they're new in AI, they will stop right there. That is their entire prompt. So once you remember that, as we move into adding extras and making the prompt better, act as if you're a chef, give me a recipe for a pie. Or act as if you're an attorney, review a contract for me. Okay, sounds good enough, right? That's a full prompt, and that actually will work. You won't get as good output. You won't get superior, incredible, over the top, unbelievable output with that, but you will get output. I need you to be a musician. My kid has stage fright when he plays the piano. Okay, I need you to be. That's another persona prompt. And finally, you have 10 years experience as a pharmacist. Give me tips on weight loss. That's enough right there. All of those are prompts that will work. You won't get the best results. You'll have to go back in and tweak it. So we're going to talk about how to add add things to make your prompts fantastic and give you incredible results, okay? And what's next, we're going to jump around a little bit. Remember, R for R for role stands for role. The E in role stands for extras. We're going to hop into extras early and talk about that next. So let's go back to the chef. Act as if you're a chef. You've won awards for your Southern cooking style. You've written 2 cookbooks that are bestsellers. You speak all over the country. You give people ideas and recipes they would never dreamed of before you. That is an excellent prompt with extras. Same thing as above. Act as if you're a chef. Give me a recipe for a pie. But we haven't asked it for anything yet, have we? We've only told it who they are in the role. Okay, then we'll continue on to the next example. Act as if you're an attorney. You got 20 years experience in commercial and contract law. You've written thousands of employment agreements and you're known as an expert in the employment law space. You've never lost a case. You've been chosen one of the best employment lawyers in the United States. So we've created a really good persona prompt of who your thought partner, the attorney, is. Okay, let's go to the next one. I need you to be a musician that specializes in working with kids who are learning to play the piano. You have taught piano for 10 years. And you understand how difficult it is for times for kids to want to practice. You've come up with unique and cool ways to get kids to love the piano, and you give them tools to enjoy learning to play. So we've gone further than I need you to be a musician. My kid has stage fright. We've created this amazing individual as your thought partner who's going to help you with your challenges with your musically inclined kid. Also, you have 10 years experience as a pharmacist that understands weight loss and how the new weight loss medications affect other aspects of the body. Specifically, you're an expert on people over 40 years old who are taking GLP-1s, and you give advice and counsel as an expert in those medications. So these are our persona prompt, role prompts with the extras, and you can see it's incredibly different between the act as if you're a chef, give me a recipe for a pie, and act as if you're a chef, you've won awards in Southern cooking, you've written 2 cookbooks, etc. So now you understand by adding the extras, and you can be as creative as you want, incredibly creative. You could say you're Paula Dean's ex-assistant, or you're Rachel Ray's mentor, whatever you want to do to create the extras in that prompt. Now let's talk about output. ROLE, output in AI is what you need, what the result is going to be. So we have the R for role and now the O for output. And assigning a role that you want this ChatGPT to play, we just did. Now, what output do you want or do you need, and how should it be presented to you? Okay, we'll cover limitations and extras in just a minute. Actually, we've already covered a bit of extras already, but now let's work on output. So prompt output. What output do you need or want, and how should it be presented to you? So output with extras. Act as if you're a chef. We've already done that. You've won awards. You've written 2 cookbooks. You speak all over the country. You give people ideas and recipes that they never dreamed of before. Now here's your output in white. I need you to provide me with 3 dessert recipes for Thanksgiving. Now we're going to give it a little more context. My mom is bringing apple pie. My sister is bringing chocolate. I want something unique that will make them mad because it's so good. Do you understand? And do you have any questions? So I've put it back on ChatGPT to make sure that they understand the prompt. They understand the output. They understand what their role is. They understand this so far. So I'll just simply ask, do you have any questions? Do you understand? Let's go to the next one. Act as if you're an attorney. Same thing. You have 20 years experience. You've written thousands of employment agreements. You know as an expert, etc. You never lost a case. You're one of the best in the country. Here comes the output. I need you to review an employment agreement that my brother's company wants him to sign. I need you to see if there's anything out of the ordinary, if there's anything he should want to discuss with them. Do you understand, or do you have any questions? See, I always finish it with making sure they understand the role, right? The output. That's where we are so far. Next one. We have 4, I believe, right? Next, I need you to be a musician that specializes in working with kids that are learning to play the piano. You've taught piano for 10 years. You understand how difficult it can be for kids. Same thing we did before. You love to give them tools to learn to play. Here comes the output. I need to come up with creative ways to help my son get over his stage fright when he plays in front of people. He freaks out, he cannot play. He's a great pianist, but if anyone comes in the room, he stops playing. Can you give me some ideas or brainstorm with me? But first, do you have any questions? So this is a little different than what we thought before about building a prompt where we said, you're a musician, I need for you to help my kid play the piano. That's not what we're looking for. There's something more and something deeper. The job to be done here is they need help figuring out how to cure stage fright. So let's go to the last one. You've got 10 years experience as a pharmacist. You understand weight loss. You're an expert with people over 40 who are taking GLP-1s like Ozempic, Mounjaro. You give advice and counsel. And then here comes the output. First, it's a statement. My Ozempic has stopped working. I lost weight for 3 months and now it stopped working completely. More output. Can you ask me some questions and maybe come up with the ideas to get it restarted? Ask me what you need to know first when you're ready. So really, we haven't asked for an output. We've asked for them to be a thought partner consultant, right? We've said, here's the issue. My Ozempic has stopped working. Can you ask me questions and help me come up with ideas to get it restarted? So it's going to be a give and take on that specific prompt. All right. So that's what includes the extras. So we've gone through the role and we've gone through output and we've discussed extras as well. What's left? Well, what's left is limitations. Limitations are what you do and do not want from in your output. Now, for example, what limitations do you want? Put it in bullet point format. I want a narrative. I want a chart. I want a spreadsheet. But limitations really include do's and don'ts. So we'll talk about those do's and don'ts. For example, give me the output in a bullet point list. Write the output as if a 7th grade boy who makes C's would write it. So you want it written very simply. Don't use flowery language. Give me the output in Excel. Give it to me in a Word document. I want to download that Word document. Create a summary, but keep it short. Make an email longer, shorter, more simple, more professional, etc. So those are the limitations that you can tell ChatGPT to use, both do's and don'ts of your output. Okay, so let's continue on. Finally, we've talked about extras, but extras is add as much information in the prompt as possible to give it context. And I think we've covered that pretty well. But there's other things with an extra or in extras that you need to take into account. Sometimes you're not going to get what you want and it gives you the wrong thing or you're just not happy with it. And a lot of people just go, this thing doesn't work, and they quit. Don't do that. All LLMs, large language models, are trained and taught, and the only way that they are trained is through interaction with you. So if you go back and say, I'm not getting what I want, ask me questions that will help you. I don't think you understand. Let me rewrite the prompt again. If it comes in too smart, dumb it down. This is too AI-ish. You can tell it, make it longer, make it shorter. You can also send it to a website. You can say, hey, go to www.f2onsite.com and review their website, and then I can put some context around that because that's something that matters. So go to ebay.com or go to ibm.com or whatever for them to look at a website that will help them figure out exactly what you need. Okay, you can also, I'm uploading a document or spreadsheet, an article for your review, so you can train it with additional information either by upload or by typing it into the prompt, or you can, of course, send it to a website. There's something else called a two-shot prompt that we'll cover in a little more extensive course if I do a separate one. But a two-shot prompt is really sometimes how you can give it an example of how you want your input to come, or the output to come back. For example, you can say, hey, I want the information like this. Put it in 1, name, 2, title, 3, location, 4, age. That's how I want all the information given to me. Or you can say, I need it formatted in a bullet point list. Or I need the output in a way I can just cut it and paste it and put it directly into Excel. So giving it examples gives ChatGPT an extra shot at making it right. Okay, so being able to say, here's the format I need it in when you create the output always helps. And you don't have to do that in the initial prompt. You can do it later in step 2 or step 3 or whenever you want. Even after it's completely finished, given you all of the information you need, you can go back and say, hey, reformat this where I can paste it into Excel. So that's a two-shot prompt. Okay, so let's do this. So I have created 4 separate prompts. And what we're going to do is we're going to take these prompts, and in fact, we've created them together here in this course. We're going to take these prompts and we are actually going to put them into ChatGPT, and we're going to see what kind of output we get. So let's go through the first one real quick. Okay, if you'll recall, our first one is act as if you're a chef. You've won awards. You've written 2 cookbooks. I need 3 dessert recipes for Thanksgiving that have to be better than my mom and sister's. I want something unique. Do you understand? Do you have any questions? So let's take this prompt and just go over to our ChatGPT real quick. And I have preloaded these prompts in here to help us from me having to go back and forth and type and copy and paste, etc. So I'll just type in prompt 1. Oh, it's doing my prompt already. Okay, had a little glitch there. ChatGPT was trying to jump ahead of where I wanted it to be. So what I did was I preloaded the prompts. It's prompt 1, 2, 3, and 4. And asked it to remember those. So this is prompt 1. Act as if you're a chef. You've won awards, etc. for everything. We're trying to get that special pie for Thanksgiving. So let's just copy this and put it into ChatGPT and ask it to help us as the chef, thought partner, and persona. So go ahead and enter that. Great. Here comes our brown butter, bourbon, pecan tart, and maple whipped ice cream pie. Jeez. Sweet potato creme brulee with cinnamon sugar crackle. I guarantee your mom and your sister can't make these. Cranberry orange upside down cake. That sounds cool. Gives you all the instructions, the directions, etc. So there are the 3 that we asked for. Now let's go ahead and look at our prompt number 2. Hopefully. Okay, prompt number 2. Act as if you're an attorney. You have over 20 years experience in commercial and contract law. You've written thousands of employment agreements. You're known as an expert in employment law space. You've never lost a case, and you've been chosen, etc., as one of the best lawyers in the United States. You need to take a look at an agreement for the brother-in-law's company that they want him to sign. So let's go back over to ChatGPT and say retrieve prompt 2, which I've already preloaded. Hopefully it won't just start talking. Here's prompt 2 that we're doing. Act as if you're an attorney. Perfect. So let's take this just so we follow the same process. We'll copy it, put it in ChatGPT just as if we were putting it for the first time. If you'll notice, we have not uploaded anything for the employment agreement. So ChatGPT understands and ready to review the agreement. Please upload the agreement so that it can identify any unusual clauses. So I will upload that real quick and get it in here. Here's the employment agreement. I created this agreement just for us to be able to use as an example. And it's got some squirrely things in it that I added on purpose. And so we'll go through those weird little things, such as number 1, the key points of concern that our thought partner attorney has come up with is traffic violations of lateness. And I put these in on purpose. Clauses 6.2 and 6.3 are unusually strict. Immediate termination if you get 1 traffic ticket or if you were late twice in a year. Your brother should clarify how these rules will be applied and discuss their fairness. There's non-competition clause. Your brother should request specifics on the non-competition, non-solicitation clause, severance clauses, confidentiality and intellectual property, dispute etc., etc. So it comes down and gives you suggestions. Clarify and negotiate the strict termination clauses. They're recommending that you get a local employment lawyer to review the agreement, which I agree with completely, of course, and then document changes. I can go back and ask ChatGPT, can you give me alternative language for the let's just do dispute resolution section. So I just asked to redo that one section. It came back and it will give me the exact dispute resolution recommended language for me to carry back if I was to negotiate this. So let's take a look now at prompt number 3. And we'll recall, I think prompt number 3 is the music, right? The music teacher? Yeah, it is. Here's prompt number 3. Okay, I need you to be the music teacher or a musician that works with kids because my kid has stage fright, right? So let's go ahead and put that in. Give it a shot. So ChatGPT, your thought partner, understands the situation, is going to brainstorm. The first thing they did was they come back with a couple of questions before they tailor suggestions. Have your son ever played in front of family? So we'll put number 1. Son is, he gets nervous in front of, and I'll put in here, everyone. Number 2, does it respond well to games or rewards? I never tried. And number 3, are there any particular situations where stage fright is especially strong? I'm not sure of that question. So we'll give the answers to the questions that ChatGPT gave us. So what she's going to do, I don't know why I say she, but in this situation, I feel like she's a really nice music teacher from my elementary school, I guess. But what she wants to do is give us some great examples how to get this kid comfortable playing in front of an audience. Play for a trusted audience. Use a plush audience. Set up stuffed animals or action figures as his audience. Okay. Record performances. Have him play alone. Later show him how great he sounds. Build confidence without immediate pressure. Create a fun, rewarding environment. Playing some different games that they've come up with here. Normalize mistakes. Create a silly mistake game. Removing the fear of messing up. Mistake celebration. Cheer for every mistake. Okay, could have used that in my life a few times. Focus on relaxation and coping, deep breathing exercises. Gradual public performance. Celebrate his success. So it did a really good job here of giving us ideas and brainstorming with us as our thought partner on how to help this kiddo. Okay, so let's do prompt 4 and we'll wrap this up. Let's take a look and see how well it does with prompt 4, the pharmacist. You got 10 years as a pharmacist. You understand weight loss in the new GLP-1s. I have lost weight for 3 months. Now it stopped working. Ask me some questions and maybe come up with some ideas on how we can fix this. So let's go ahead and put the prompt in. Here we go. Here are the questions. First of all, the first question she wants to know, or he or she or they want to know, are you still taking the same dosage of Ozempic as when you started? If not, what's your dose? Has there been any changes on how or when you take it? Any changes to diet or exercise? Are you currently following any specific dietary guidelines? Have you noticed your weight stabilizing or has it started to increase again? How much weight initially? So there's a lot of questions that your pharmacist thought partner has gone back to ask. Once they have these specific answers to these questions, then they'll be able to brainstorm with you in order to fix your weight loss stall, right? From using your GLP-1. So we've done several different things in several different ways when we have gone through our prompts. We've gone through and said, I need this created. We have gone back and said, I need for you to think about this and give me ideas and brainstorm with me. And we've also gone back and said, I need for you to ask me questions so that you can help me. So if you'll see this, if you follow the role, the ROLE, the role, output, limitations, and extras, if you'll follow that framework, you'll be able to create really good, solid, optimized prompts that work better than anything else that you can do elsewise. So the ROLE is a really good methodology for you to use when you're creating new and different prompts for ChatGPT. So what I've done now, I've created this little cheat sheet. I'll see if I can't put a link in by the video where you can download it, but I would suggest that you take a picture of it real quick. It's the role cheat sheet, the role output limitations and extras, so that you can use that in creating your prompts with ChatGPT, and shoot a picture of that, and just in case I can't figure out how to put a link in. And otherwise, hopefully it's something that you can use ongoing. So thank you for coming today. Thank you for paying attention and listening to me drone on and on. If you don't know our company, be sure and stop by f2onsite.com for more information about us and our IT services offerings. We operate in all 50 states and cover about 20,000 zip codes around the country for IT services. So anytime that we can help folks with either learning about AI or any other thing, we're going to be happy to do that. Once again, thank you for coming, and I enjoyed it as much. Hopefully, I hope you enjoyed it as much as I did, because I actually had a good time doing it. Thanks very much.